Judge James Boasberg this morning rejected the Trump administration's bid to lift his order, which blocked the deportation of hundreds of members of the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua to El Salvador earlier this month. The judge argues that these gang bangers are each individually entitled to hearings. In his ruling, the judge writes, the non-citizens comprising the class are already in United States custody, and any actual Tren de Aragua member is already subject to deportation as a member of a foreign terrorist organization. So there is little additional harm to the public by temporarily preventing their removal. He writes the gang members are entitled to individualized hearings to determine whether the Alien Enemies Act applies to them at all. Boasberg also feels sorry about how they will be treated in the prison known as Hell on Earth, writing, they cannot be deported to a place like El Salvador where torture likely awaits. Beyond poor living conditions, Salvadoran inmates are, according to evidence presented, often disciplined through beatings and humiliation. Boasberg's ruling came before the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals heard oral arguments this afternoon on whether the radical judge or a lower court can properly address the administration's use of the 1798 Alien Enemies Law to deport illegals. And just in case anyone was wondering if Judge Boasberg is impartial, well, President Trump reminded us with a photo he posted on Truth Social of Judge Boasberg along Judge Patricia Guile. She's the one who last week ruled to block the deportation of a pro-Hamas Georgetown student. If you look closely, you can also see, well, Kamala's husband, Doug Emhoff, in the photo. President Trump commenting such a conflict of interest. Luke, let me start with you, because going back to Judge Boasberg's ruling, really, I mean, it's shocking to me that he would, the way he made it seem, it's almost like, you know, these gang members that are here illegally, obviously, that they actually have any sort of rights, quite frankly.
Well, let's just look at it from a political or a communications perspective. The Democrats are standing up for Tren de Aragua cartel members. They're standing up for gang members. They're standing up for convicted criminal aliens. And maybe that builds you a constituency at Alcatraz, but it's not going to win you swing states across the country. The other part of this is that these judges, by and large, are Democrat. In Trump's first administration, his administration got 64 injunctions levied against him, and of the judges that did it, 92% of them were registered Democrats. He's gotten maybe 15 injunctions in his second administration so far, and in the last, I believe it was in the 20th century, there have been a total of 27 other injunctions issued against all of the other presidents. So at some point, you have to take a step back and say, maybe there's a political process at play here.
Yeah, Mary, let me ask you this. ABC News reporting that the United States, that basically the federal appeals judge told a Justice Department lawyer during the court hearing that the United States treated alleged Nazis better during the World War II than the Trump administration treated Venezuelan migrants last week. I mean, seriously. So they're basically saying that the Nazis got better treatment.
Have these people ever heard of Laken Riley or Jocelyn Dungare or the people that were living in the Colorado apartment complex? Where were their rights as Americans to live in a free and safe country? And it's really shocking to me that there's anyone that can sit by and look at this and think that this is not judicial warfare against a Trump administration who campaigned on getting these people out of there and is actually following through with the campaign promise to make our country safer, close this border, and get the people that Biden allowed in here. This wasn't like put to the American people to say, hey, would you like your southern border open? Absolutely not. And, you know, when we talk about this Aliens Enemy Act, everybody's saying, oh, well, it's unconstitutional. He can't be doing this. We have an invasion at our southern border. This is absolutely an act of war. These countries opened up their jails, they opened up their mental institutions, and they gave them the free chance to be able to walk straight into our country, and Biden welcomed them in. Trump is merely just cleaning out the riffraff.
Information. Truth. Is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.